So I hear from a lot of people that like they feel like they don't have the opportunities they want to have. They don't have the clients they want to have. They don't have the people to sell to. I would write a book, but who would buy it? What I want to say is that a lot of people are interested in what you're doing, and a lot of people have told you that they're interested in what you're doing, and then you have promptly ignored them. The great lie of a craft fair is that people are there to buy crafts. They're not there to buy crafts. They're there to have something to do with the family. They're there to walk around. They're there to have a nice day outside. If I were an artisan who had crafts to sell, I would set up a booth, but I wouldn't do it all with merchandise. I would do it with some chairs and some cold water, because the real thing that people need when they've been walking around a hot craft fair all day is a place to sit down. I would start talking to them and see what they need. And then I would have some way to get them on my list. They're probably not going to buy my $5,000 piece of art. They're probably not going to make a big investment with me right away. They might, but probably not. But we have started a relationship now. So I want to be able to follow up on that relationship. I really recommend sending things through the mail. Like, we get almost nothing in the mail anymore. And I think something in the mail would be really cool. I want to get their attention by offering them something they really need. And then I want to have some way to stay in touch with them for my money. And I've been doing this for a long time. I built a mid-six-figure business almost right away, knowing nothing about business. Email is the way to do it. I know when I talk to people about email, the first thing they say is like, oh God, but I don't want to be part of like the barrage of emails that I get every day. I just sit there and go, delete. I get it. So don't write those emails. Don't be that person. Make sure that whatever you are putting in an email is something that makes you, the writer, go, ooh, that's hot. Ooh, that's spicy. Oh, that's hilarious. Oh, that's fun. That's a forward to a friend. Doesn't have to be deep. Doesn't have to be long. What can you give people that's gonna make them go, oh, that's interesting. Oh, cool. That's interesting. John says, I get it. Offer a total and enjoyable experience, not just your products. Exactly. People buy from people. People work with people. People hire people. They don't hire resumes. You demonstrate that you are a person, and a person who likes you person likes them person. And that's going to depend on partly on you and your personality and the personality of your business, because your business also has a personality. And even if you don't think you're in business, even if you're like a writer or an artist, you're still in business, because you still want people to buy things. Your business has a personality. So what kind of tone do you want to take? You know, I tend to go with the sort of big sister you want to have margaritas with tone. You might take a more business-like tone, or a more serious tone, or a more, what comes easily to you. Teresa says, I took a weekend workshop recently and got a handwritten postcard note from the instructor. Just a quick thanks. Great to have you there. Pretty effective. Look at this. You're still talking about it, right? So what can you do that people will still be talking about? I love email. And as it happens, I am offering a workshop this Saturday. It's an all-day workshop called the Bunny Slope. So it's all day. We're going to set up not just your lead magnet, which is like the little can of tuna that you put out to attract the kitty cats. It's the place to sit down in the cool water that you have at the art fair. It's the thing that attracts people into the experience of being with you. What is that thing that you're going to present to people that's going to make them go, oh, that's interesting. Yeah, I'll join her email list to get that PDF, to get that insight, to get that audio. We're going to define that thing. We're going to create it in real time on Saturday. We're going to create your first 5 emails. So when they ask for the thing, the little tidbit that you've offered them, you're going to want to send it to them right away. Then you're going to want to follow up. And then you're going to want to send them a couple more follow-ups to, help them get to know you a little better. Lori says, I should give a testimonial. That's a great idea. Thanks, Lori. I took the Bunny Slope a couple of years ago, and it really helped me get the word out there. Thanks, Sam, for all your help. There you go. And Lori's an author. So if you're just trying to organize the groups at your church or religious organization, or you're trying to get your book group together, or you're trying to offer yoga classes, or sell more pottery, or get your songs out there, or start to build a list so that maybe you already have a book, but now you're trying to look for an agent or a publisher, and they're saying, so what are your numbers? I can tell you right now that the only reason that I got my first book deal, get it done, from procrastination to creative genius in 15 minutes a day. There she is right there. She just turned 10, her 10th anniversary this year. Isn't that amazing? It was because I had an email list of like 5,000 people. At the time, it was 5,000. And that was a pretty good number. And it was enough to make a publisher go, okay, we can trust her. She knows how to sell things. She knows how to market things. She understands the phrase back end. And so we're going to show you the easiest possible way to do this. And we're going to have it all set up so that by the time Sunday evening, you can go out to dinner Saturday night and be like, hair toss. I got my email stuff totally set up with Sam this weekend. Teresa says, I hear why people don't want to send emails, but I like to get updates from people whose work I admire. Well, that's the key thing, right? If you're interested in it, it's not bothersome. I had an email sequence that went out every day, 365 reasons to create. And I would hear from people if they missed a day. They would renew to get it again the next year. If you're sharing stuff with people that they like, it's not bothersome. That's the first thing, is make sure you're attracting the right people. And that's what that lead magnet does. That's what that first offering does. It attracts in the people that are right for you. And then you can train them a little bit, right? You can just give them really interesting stuff. Nordstrom emails me probably twice a day. And you know what? I click and open almost all of it. I'm like, really? Sam Edelman shoes on sale? Really? Which ones? Like, oh, really? Eileen Fisher? Which ones? Mm-hmm. Right? Oh, gift with purchase. I love gift with purchase, right? They got my number. So I don't mind getting those emails from them at all. The ones we mind are the ones that either aren't right for us or they're just not for anybody, you know? And the wonderful thing about having an email system, because I know you might feel like, oh, Sam, with the automation, it seems so cold. Like I want to be able to respond to people one-on-one. That's great. How's that going? Are you doing it? Are you actually following up with people? Are you actually following up with people as many times as you need to follow up with people? Because you have probably heard that people need 7 to 9 touches before they even know what you're talking about. And in this digital world, that might be 7,000 to 9,000. And I actually manually looked at everybody who had enrolled in the course. I looked at their contact record in my email marketing program. The thing I ended up finding was how long some people had been on my list. There were people who bought something for the first time after having been on my list for over 10 years. 10 years of me emailing a couple times a week. Hey, here's this, here's a poem, here's an idea, here's a podcast, here's a book, here's a this, here's a that, here's an idea, here's a funny idea, here's a less funny idea. Like, da, 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 da. And then one day they were ready. You don't know when your customers and clients are going to be ready. They will tell you when they are ready. You just have to keep standing there waving at them, going like, hi, I'm still doing that thing that you like that I do. I'm still doing that. Hi, everybody. How's it going? I'm still doing that. Whatever fear of success you've got going on, whatever fear of failure you've got going on, and take a moment. What fear of success do you have going on? What fear of success taps on your shoulder when I say, start an email list? What fear of success or failure is standing in your way? And what can we automate? What can we put in place so that we're not depending on your willpower? We're not depending on you being in a good mood. We're not depending on you not having a fit of fear of success or a fit of fear of failure, but something that's going to be out there doing your marketing, but marketing is really just telling the story of what you do. We love stories. So what can we put in place? That's what Bunny Slope is all about, is putting something in place, because your feelings make a terrible marketing director. Your feelings make a terrible CEO. So quit trying to let your feelings drive the motor of your business. And maybe it's a volunteer thing. Maybe it's an international grassroots movement. I don't know. But you've got something that matters to other people, and you're keeping it a secret. And you think just because you've talked to your friends and family about it, that's marketing. It's not. Your friends and family are not your clients. So how can we get you and your neuroses out of the equation so that you can be following up with people who are already interested in what you're doing in a way that feels fun and compelling and easy and cheap? That's the other thing with email, you guys. It's so inexpensive. Buying Facebook ads, that's expensive. That's a really good way to throw money away. You can have the snazziest website in the world, but if nobody's going there, who cares? I'm telling you, all I've ever done is email, and it has built me a 6-figure business since 2009. Mid 6 figures. Not to brag, but hair toss. You know, I feel pretty good about it. So let me show you how to do it. Can we talk about the other issue? The self-sufficiency disease? The self-sufficiency disorder? That you feeling like, oh, I think I got this. I know what she's saying. I can figure it out. Really? I don't think so. Because if you could have, you would have. If you could have done it yourself by now, you would have done it by yourself by now. Because you've done all kinds of other stuff. But this day-to-day marketing, this consistently getting the message out about who you are and what you do in an authentic way that feels good to you and feels good to them, you're not doing it. You're not going to suddenly wake up one morning and be like, why, I've got extra time, money, and confidence to spare. I'm going to get out there and start marketing. No, it's not going to happen. So stop waiting. I mean, if it ever does happen, please call me. But it's not going to happen. You need something out there that is doing the work of marketing, of telling the story of what you do without you actually having to stand there and do it. So if this is resonating for you at all, please go to therealsambennett.com/bunny slope. In case for some reason somebody doesn't know, the bunny slope is where you start to learn to ski. You snow plow down and there's an instructor and it's very safe, and you learn how to ski, because once you can ski on a little slope, you can ski on a slightly bigger slope and a slightly steeper one, and then you can go even bigger and higher and steeper. This is like if you were a little kid learning to ski. We're going to set you up so that you succeed, because you are way too gifted to not be more successful than you are. You have too many skills and too many wonderful qualities to not have more people in the world know about you. The minute you start hearing from people that you don't know, y'all, it's going to amaze you. The first time I got an email from somebody that I didn't know who they were or how they'd come on my list, they just found me and then they joined my list and then they wrote me back. I was like, I burst into tears. He was this old Swedish dude in Vermont. And here was the really beautiful part. He closed out his email by saying, "Tack så mycket," which is Swedish for thank you. Which is, my grandmother was Swedish. I felt her pass by me, right? I felt her presence with me. Marketing is just about making friends with people you don't know are your friends yet. People with whom you have important things in common. And once you have a list of people who share an interest in an important thing, like creativity and helping highly creative people and overthinkers get their work done, you can do anything. You can run for office. You can write a book. You can offer a workshop. You can take women on a midlife journey to Mallorca, right? June says, all the cool people meet on the bunny slope. And when you fall down, Sam will pick you up. Oh, thank you. Yes, exactly. All the cool people will meet on the bunny slope. So I want to invite you. It's this Saturday. Satisfaction guaranteed or your tuition cheerfully refunded. The whole thing's recorded. You can go back through it. We've added in something special that's brand new that I'm super excited about. I don't even want to say too much about it because it's brand new, but sign up and you'll see what it is. Let's get you communicating with the people who want to be communicating with you. Let's stop falling through the cyber cracks. Stop hoping that people are just going to somehow magically show up at your door wanting what you have. You got to be out there. You got to be in front of them and kind of all the time. But email is the easiest, the cheapest, and I think the most heart-to-heart way to do it. Social media, you're sort of out there for everybody to see, and people comment, then everybody else sees that you commented. It's very public, but email's very personal. If I send you an email, first of all, you get to be in charge of when you read it, when you look at it, if you look at it, and then I get to talk to you one-on-one, and that's special. That's a special relationship. I want you to know that you can have what you want to have in the way you want to have it, but you're going to have to start telling people about it. Let's do one more breath. Let's inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Thank you all. Thank you for being here. Veronica, thanks so much for holding down the fort. And I will see you guys on Saturday. Bunny Slope, therealsambennett.com/Bunny Slope.